Hello, welcome. Uh, so, in the today's lecture, we are going to learn C++ programming concepts. Okay, I will give the notes of C++ in the classroom after 2 days. Today's lecture we have starts with the programming concepts. Okay, before starting this programming concept, in the previous lecture we have to learn. How to install compilers on your machine or laptop. Apart from that, laptops and your machine, I have you another solution is you can download the compiler app from Play Store. There are so many compilers are available in the Play Store. You can download these compilers from that Play Store and start your programming on the mobiles. Okay, in the previous lecture, I have shown coding C++ compiler, which is available on your Play Stores. So you can download these compilers and start your programming. Okay, so before starting our first C++ program, I want to clear some basic things about the C++ programming. First, C++ programming is developed by Vijay Strostrup in 1980 Bell Laboratories. So what is the main purpose of developing C++ programming is embedded programming also. This C++ language is a special purpose programming language. This C++ language follows the structured programming as well as object-oriented programming. Structured programming belongs from C, and object-oriented programming comes under this C++ programming. Means we can use these both concepts in the C++ programming. Actually, C++ is a extended language of the C language, because C++ language access the so many things about the C language. For example, keywords, tokens, operators, even also programming structure also, programming style also, even also syntaxes. We can collect the from C language into our C++ programming language. So that's why C++ language is a very familiar with the C. So we can easily doing the program in C++. So many things are familiar with the C language. Almost 99% codes of the C language we can run on the C++ platform. 99%. The exceptional cases are object-oriented programming. If you compare these two languages, then we have so many comparisons are available. One of them is C++ provide the proper security as compared to C does not provide the proper security. Okay, then C++ uses object-oriented concept. C does not use this object-oriented concept. C does not support for function overloading, but C++ provide the supports for functional overloading. C does not support for functional overriding concept also, but C++ provide the function overriding concepts. Okay, C++ provide the security in the form of public, private, and protected also, but C does not provide this security system. Okay, so lots of security and lots of comparisons are done between these two languages. Okay, and also there is C supports for top-down approach, where C++ supports for bottom-up approach. Okay, so these are the some basic differences between the C and C++ programming. Okay, we can always means we can collect the some familiar concepts from the C into our C++. One of them is operators, arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators. Okay, so many operators are similar with the C language. Some additional operators are available in C++, for example, reference operator. Okay, so this type of new operators which is available in C++, we can learn step by step with the programming. Okay, so everyone must be clear the basic study of C language. I want to give assignments, and everyone must be complete these assignments and upload on the classroom. Okay, the first thing is that operators, reserve keywords, variables, etc. And also C only supports for 32 keywords, but C++ supports for 52 keywords also. Okay, so when you're doing the C++ programming, we can adjust with C language, because we have taking so many things from the C language when we perform the C++ program. Okay, so I have cleared all these things before starting the programming. Anyone have any query regarding about that, then you can ask the questions on the WhatsApp group. I will give the solution to your queries. Okay, so today we have started with the C++ programming. Okay, before starting this programming, I have cleared all these things which is required for our C++ programming. Okay, so here we want to start with the program. In the yesterday's lecture, we have downloaded the compilers. Actually, we have downloaded two compilers. One is Turbo C compiler, and second is the Dev C++ compiler. Okay. When I uploaded a Google form with some questions on the classroom, only one person is solve the questions, but remaining persons do not solve these questions. So it's not. I'm kindly request to all of you to solve the questions which is uploaded on the classroom, and you can follow these videos also. You can understand this video and solve the questions on that video basis. Okay, so if you, I want to clear one thing is that Dev C++ compiler and Turbo C++ compilers are used to do the programming of C++. But if you're doing the programming with Turbo C, we have some differences. Okay, when you're using Dev C++, Dev C++ provides some additional functionalities as compared to the Turbo C compilers. So when you're doing this process of programming with the Dev C++ compiler, that time we have using some extra concepts with the Dev C++ compiler. Okay, I want to show you one program with the two compilers. Means I want to write one program and execute this program on Turbo C also. Now I want to execute this program on the Dev C++ compiler also. Okay, so we can start with the Turbo C++ compiler here. Here I am opening this compiler, Turbo C++. It's taking so time for opening this compiler. Okay, our compiler is open here. There are the menu list which is available on the menu bar: file, edit, search, run, compile, debug, projects, options, window, help, etc. So you can start your first C++ program. File, there is an option is new. Click on that new. When you open this C++ compiler, and when you open the new file, so default name is start with the no name 00.cpp. .cpp is the extension of the C++ compiler. Remember these things. When you doing the C program and when you save this C program, that time you can use the C extension. For example, demo.c. If you going with the C++ programming and when you open new C++ program, when you writing the C++ program, then you can save this program with the .cpp extension. Because of when you run this program, then compiler understand which file is coming here for compilation process. So compiler understand on the extension basis, this file is a C++ file because we have giving .cpp extension. Okay, so we want to save this program and then start our writing. File, then save. So default extension is here C:\turbo C bin. Here I want to give the name to my program with the demo1 and okay. So demo1 is the name and .cpp is the extension of C++ program. Okay, so before starting this our C++ program, we have to know about header files. What is mean by header file? Header files are the who provides the different types of functions to the programmer to do the concepts or do the programs. For example, here I am writing hash. Hash is the preprocessor which is used to include the header files functions into the program. That purpose we have to use this preprocessor. There are so many preprocessors are available. We can start with this hash include iostream.h. Then second one is the hash include conio.h. Okay, hash include means this processor shows the compiler or tells the compiler, please include the iostreams functions into the program. This iostream is the header file. .h tells the compiler this is the iostream header file. Include means include these header files functions into program with the help of this preprocessor hash. Stream is the way. Using this way, we can collect the input and output related files into our program. So iostream header file gives the two object for programming. The first object is cout and second object is ce. Okay, in the C programming language we have using printf function. Which function? Printf function. Why using this printf function? This printf function is required for displaying the messages, showing the results and showing the outputs of the program on the output screen with the help of print. If you using this printf function, which header file is we required? We have required stdio.h file. Which one? Has include stdio.h. What is the meaning? This standard input and output header files. Okay, in the C programming language. So in the similar way, in the C++ programming, when you printing the messages and you collecting the input from the user, we have two objects. One of them is cout and second is the ce. What is the meaning of cout? Cout is used for displaying the message, showing the results, showing the outputs, that purpose. Now, what is the purpose of cin? Cin used for taking the input from the user. So we understand here, iostream header file gives two important objects. One of them is cout for displaying the message, displaying the output, displaying the result, and cin used for taking the input from user. Okay, in the C we have used stdio for input and output purpose. In C++ we have used iostream for taking the input and output. So one thing is clear about input and output, means how to take input from the user and how to display the output. Then hash include conio.h. Okay, so conio header file gives the two important functions to us. One is that clr ser function. First is the clr ser and then second is get ch. Okay, conio header file gives the two important function. One of them is clr ser and second one is the get ch. So what is the main purpose of clr ser functions? Actually we have already learned this concept in the C language, but we want to repeat this functions because we have started this C++ program. So that purpose we want to clear these two function. The clr ser function clears the previous program output from the buffer. clr ser function clear the previous program output from the buffer. That purpose we want to use this clr ser function. Then second is the get ch function. Why use this function? Get ch function asking the programmer to input any character. If you entering the any character on the output window, then we can switch from output window to our coding window. Okay, the meaning is that get ch means enter any key or character from the keyboard, so we can switch from output window to our coding window. We can do this all things practically Okay, so here first we have cleared the some basic things about the header files. Okay, hash is the preprocessor, including the reserve keyword who use for include the header files. IO string is the header file. Its purpose is taking the input and output object to the programming. Then conio.h, this is the another header file which is useful for taking the functions like CLR, SCR and getch. CLR, SCR is for clear the screen of the previous output from the buffer, and getch is used for switching from output window to the coding window. Okay, so we can start with this programming. Okay, here we can start with the our first programming. Okay, so here I am writing integer main, open curly brace and closing curly brace. Okay, so here what is int main? Main is the function. What is the main purpose of that main function is that this is the entry point of our program. Means if you're doing the program, then your pointer or your cursor coming to the main function. Means all the activities of the C++ program start from the main function. Means if you calling the functions, when you printing the messages, you perform the operation, all these activities, all these operations are done from main function. This is the entry point of the your program. Okay, so every programming language has the main function for doing the programming. This is the entry point of your program. When you execute this program, then compiler calls this main function. Compiler call this main function and our pointer comes to the main, and we can execute the code this from your first line, second line, like that way. Okay, so here I want to, then int is the return type of your main function. If you're doing the programming with the C language, you can mention there void. You can mention there void. What is the meaning of that void return type? Void means we do not return any value to the further operation. Okay, this is the meaning of the void. But when you're doing the programming with the C++, then you can mention int as a return type to the main function. Means this main function return the values to the programmer in which type? Integer types. Means you can return the 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. like this. Okay, so when you're doing this programming in the C++, you want to mention the return type before the main function, and we want to maintain the int as a return type to the main function. If you're going with the void, this is allowed in C++ also, but good practice purpose we want to use this int as a return type to the main function. Who calls the main function? Compiler calls the main function. Okay, so we want to start with this program. Just 1 minute, I am doing some settings here. 1 minute. This task is finished here. Okay. Then first thing is that we have cleared this. Why use this main function? Because of main is the entry point of your program. So we want to mention this main. Why return this here? Use this int. Okay. Actually C++ provide the int as a return type your program. Okay. Int means we can return the integer type value to the compiler. Okay. Then here mention opening and closing curly bracket. What is the meaning of that? Opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket means we can write our code between these two brackets. Okay, this is the one type of block where we can put our code. Okay, so for example, I mentioned here cout double quote. My message is hello and then end semicolon. Okay, there is a everyone. Okay, so here cout in the double quote I am mentioning hello and then enter. What is the purpose of cout? For displaying the output. What is the use of that operator? Means extraction or insertion. Cout, these are the insertion operator. Okay, for displaying the output on the screen. Okay, in the double quote I have given the message welcome to the CPP world, then give the semicolon. Okay, I will explain the statement this here. Cout is the object of iostream header file. The purpose of cout is displaying the output. With this object, we want to use this insertion operator for displaying the messages. And we want to give this message in the double quote and then semicolon. Okay, when you doing the or when you writing the string on any programming language, that time you can use this double quote. What is the meaning of that? You can collect the multiple characters into the single unit, so it is become a string, and we want to writing the string always in double quote. That's why I'm mentioning this welcome to the CPP world. This is our whole string which is comes under the in double quotes and then give the semicolon. The semicolon is the termination of the statement. This semicolon tells the compiler the statement is end here. That's why we want to use this semicolon after the completion of the statement. So compiler understand the statement is end here. Actually, all the precautions, all the parameters which is already written in compiler. That's why means some programs already written in the compiler. On that basis, compiler check your syntaxes. If you're not giving this statement here, the compiler doesn't understand what actually is happened, and compiler gives the error. Because the compiler know about that when statement is end, we want to mention the semicolon. This pre-written program is written into the compiler. So we want to follow these rules and regulations for writing the programs. So I am writing here semicolon. So semicolon means tells the compiler statement is end here. Then I am not writing here return 0. And why I am writing written here? Actually, I am mentioning the main function type is int. So we want to mention return which value? Integer type. You can mention 1, 2, 3, 10. Okay, in that way. Okay, so I'm mentioning here 0. Means main function returning the 0 value from the program to the compiler. Okay, and then I want to save this program. Actually, I have already saved this program here, but I want to save this program here. File and save. Then we want to compile this program. Alt F9, or there is another option is compile. There is no any error, no warnings, no error. Then press key to enter. Then run this program. Control F9. Okay. This is another option is run. Okay. But I am not mentioning here. Already screen is blinking only. Because of this program is run successfully. Going to the output screen in milliseconds, in nanoseconds, we are switching from output window to the our coding window. So for displaying the output screen, we want to mention getch and semicolon. Okay, and then run this program. Control F9. Okay, we want to write this code before the return 0. That's why this give the some warning messages for our code. Then we want to run this code. First we want to compile, so no any warnings, no any errors. Okay, then run this program. Welcome to the CPP world. Welcome to the CPP world and welcome to CPP world. Means we have executed this program 3 times. That's why this output window shows the previous program output also from the buffer. CLR SCR function clears the previous program output, and then we can compile this program. We have success. There is one error. Actually, we have mistake with the writing this function CLR SCR. Okay, and then compile this program successfully, then run this program. Okay, welcome to the CPP world is the our output of our program. Okay, by using this CLR for clear the buffer of the previous program output, by using this getch function, actually getch function asking the please enter any key. Okay, for understanding the better purpose, I will give you here some message. Please enter to switching from output window to coding window, and then give the semicolon. Everyone know about this /n. /n means we can switching from one line to the new line, so we can use this /n. I want to directly run this program. Control F9. Welcome to the CPP. Please enter any key you want to require, but by mistakenly we have missed this. Please enter to switching from output window to the coding window. And we are coming to our coding window. Okay, this is the main purpose of getch. Okay, means getch function asking to user to enter any key from the user, so we can switching from output window to the coding window. Okay, so for today's session we have learned about how to writing our first C++ program, what is preprocessor, what is header file, what is the purpose of include, what is main function. Okay, this structure follows the bottom-up approach for doing the C++ program. How to open this program, how to save this program, how to create file, how to give extension CPP. These all things we have learned today. Okay, so everyone must be start your practices at your home. Okay, best luck. If you have any query with this coding, then contact me on the WhatsApp. I will give the solution. Okay, so today we have finished here. Take care. Bye.